What's up, guys? I wanted to share to you a quick campaign and a quick philosophy here. I believe in coaching very much. I am a coach. I have multiple coach. I had multiple coaches over the year. Some of them successful, some less successful than others. But I always had some coaches, some people to actually listen to some of my problems and offer potential solutions. Obviously, two, three, four, five brains is better than one, right? So I like talking to people about some of the problems I have, whether it's personal or business, and receive good advice on it. That is coaching people. That is also what I offer to some of my clients. I offer cold outreach coaching, amongst other things, although I am a good startup coach and CEO coach and other stuff coach, health coach, for example. Um, by the way, that if I'm good at like health stuff, for example, if I coach someone for an Ironman, that's cool. That person, even if that person is a health coach too, he can offer health coaching to me. He just needs to know 1% more than I do in some domain, and there you go. He can add value. And even if he wouldn't know shit about one thing, he could still make me accountable and motivate me, which are two other functions of a coach, right? So if I recap, a coach about knowledge, accountability, and motivation, um, those three things. And long story short, I have a campaign here. I do cold email, obviously, I do lots of that. And I like experimenting stuff, and that experiment is kind of interesting so far. So here you go. The program is that I coach you for a cold email, and you coach me with whatever you are a great coach at. And next thing we know, both of us are winning, right? Your coaching brings value to me, my coaching brings value to you. We can exchange testimonials as well. I was satisfied by John's coaching because I achieved XYZ results, and same for you and me. So that is quite the exciting stuff here. Well, at first I got connected with a bunch of unqualified people somehow didn't speak the language, or still just they didn't have interest in my services, or I didn't have interest in their services. But then it got better, I got the lesson out of that campaign to be patient, like deploy an experiment, have statistically significant numbers out of your campaign, but also give it some time. Don't pull the plug too early. A lot of people pull the plug too early on some of their ideas, experiments. And yeah, that is super cool so far, because so far I think I've got like three or four coaches that I'm going to exchange with. They're going to add tons of value to my personal and business life. I'm going to add value to them with my coaching too, obviously, and all of that for free. Obviously, that takes some time, and time is precious, especially in a schedule like this one. But still, so far so good. And last note that I want to leave you on, last value bomb here: test out things. Okay, you will never know if something works or not until you physically test it. I mean, bunch of people, like probably 95% of entrepreneurs out there, they limit the ideas that they have with their inner critic and their demons, so they have this great idea, they don't ever put it on paper, and they just let their demon convince them to not pursue that. And yes, a bunch of them might justify it from the fact that like saying no to a lot of things is great and having focus and yada yada. But I think that's mostly BS. It's way better to have a lab inside your computer and your life and this metaverse that we live in, and just test out stuff constantly and get scientifically relevant conclusions as per if this works or not. And that is how you achieve greatness, by constantly A/B testing new stuff. My A/B testing machine here is the one that you're seeing here. It's on this Google Docs thing, and I send a bunch of cold emails, and I get my conclusions as if something works out well, not only from the cold side of things, the SDR side of things, sales development representative, uh, as of the replies, the open rates, the interested rates of like how many emails did I send, yes, how many meetings did I book, but also the closing rate of this very campaign. And then I push it even further, right? And are these good clients? Is the satisfaction rate high? Do they pay me over and over again? In that specific case, the service exchange thing is, well, do I benefit from these exchange? This coaching thing, is it a waste of my time? Do I get motivated after I have these calls? are they motivated? Are they getting some knowledge out of the cold email outreach coaching that I provide to them? So I will have some kind of spreadsheet and evaluate all of these criterias and decide at the end if it was a good experiment or not. So yeah, I got kind of ahead of myself here, but this should be interesting stuff for you guys. So I thought I'd share.